Feel the legs pushing up on the set. I'm feeling it. Feel the high that you get from the line. If you feel it, raise your hell in the sky.
So rumor has it. I might need to add that in one of my intros when rumor comes out. Rumor has it. Ooh, rumor has it. Y'all probably don't know what I'm talking about. Anywho, James Gunn DCU is a mess. So there was a video coming out. There's a podcast, John Rosas or something like that. He used to be on Collider. His takes are interesting. Some are good, some are bad. No hate. But sometimes I'm just shaking my head like, whatever. But he's a wrestling fan too, so I give him respect. So he had someone on the podcast. It was kind of under the radar. But again, that's not a good thing either. If no one's talking about the DCEU in a negative or positive light, that's not good. So you need to get buzz around your company. But again, Disney's making headlines for dumb stuff and then, buyouts with Warner Brothers. So, and plus, I think we're in the era now, the comic book industry or the comic book movie industry, let's say that, the comic book movie industry is slowly dwindling. I think we're in the era now that we're slowly getting less comic book stuff than we did a la 5-10 years ago. So he talked about a DCU. They go in brief details and they talking about how James Gunn is not having all this stuff connected and everything. Pretty much, there's a video out of it, but I'll put the article out there. The article will lead you to the video. It goes in depth, and I'm not going to go verbatim with it. They talked about how James Gunn is supposed to be a CEO and he's doing too much. This has been a problem I had months ago. I said it. Other people have said it. Many people have said it. You'll probably see videos of people like the 4KO and other people. They have all said it. They have all said this stuff, and they have all pretty much said what I said. He's doing too much. You don't see Kevin Feige, you don't see Bob Iger, you don't see Kathleen Kennedy directing anything because they have to oversee stuff. But he's like, oh, Peter Safran's doing that. No, Peter Safran needs to be handling the budget and the business aspect. You need to be overseeing stuff. Why are we getting a Superman legacy film with all these DC characters where people complained that Batman v Superman had all those motherfucking characters, but they were cameos, and that was too much. But yet, Superman Legacy is doing the same thing, and it's worse. It's motherfucking... These ain't cameos. These are motherfuckers with lines. The question is how long? You can't do a film like that and be like, oh, well, it fits the story. You got Guy Gardner. You got Hawkgirl. You got Mr. Terrific. You got Metamorpho. Now I'm hearing you got Supergirl. This is no longer a Superman film. This is Justice League International. This is ridiculous. Why are you doing this? Focus on a Superman film. You got the casting semi-good. The casting of Jimmy Olsen is spot on. Lex Luthor casting is good. Focus on them. This should be a film focusing on them. And I said it before, and I said it again. Brainiac, Metallo, and Lex Luthor should be 3 villains. Those are the only people you should have in there. That's why I'm saying you don't need these other heroes. Now, you can say he works with them, but even then, it's kind of tough because now you have to... Because you can't just say he leads the Justice League and then he takes on Brainiac by himself. You can't do that. That's what I'm saying. You're opening a lot of doors with a lot of questions. And that's where we are right now. And again, my thoughts and my opinions on this whole thing, focus on Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Those are the 3 you need to focus on. And build into another world's finest. I don't need another Justice League. I need to see that this world you're trying to make is foundational enough to continue. Because again, you have not proved to me that you can do a Superman film until the Superman Legacy come out. You have proved to me that your world you've done is not going to be possible or feasible, if it's not, I don't want to say grounded, but not connectable. Because right now you got the Batman, which is not even connected, which is probably the worst decision you would make. I have told people a million times, stop trying to Nolanize things. When Christopher Nolan did it, It hurt DC in the long run because look what happened. They fell behind Marvel. Now they're doing the same shit again. Why are you having two Batmans on the same screen? Not on the same screen, but on the same silver screen. But you get my point. Why are you having two Batmans at the same time during the same duration? You already got Robert Pattinson, and then you look at David Cornswith. They look like they're around the same age. Put those two together. I don't care what Matt Reeves says. Matt Reeves ain't. If he wants extra money for this film, he needs to shut the hell up. Like, Warner Brothers need to put their foot down and tell them, look, you can still do what you're doing, but we need this to be connected because we're trying to build a universe. And Matt Reeves set the foundation for that. It's not hard. Arrow did that. The CW Arrowverse did that. And it's laughable, and it's like, you look at the reception that the Arrowverse had, people loved it. I thought it was hokey as hell, but it worked. I mean, you had a fan base behind it. Shows with multiple seasons. Some that didn't need it, some that did. Arrow was fine. I think they should have ended a little early. Flash should have ended way before they should have ended. Oh, Lord. The Legend of Tomorrow, okay, if you like that Doctor Who shit. But they were building a foundation. To me, the best show was Arrow, early seasons of Black Lightning, and that's it. Supergirl could go to hell, and don't even talk about Batwoman. That don't exist to me. It's garbage. But anywho, you see the positive reception that the show had, and people liked it. So it's, I don't know. I think, I really think they really should have mapped this out, because you got characters like Superman, Batman Brave the Bold, then you go to Swamp Thing, then you go to Supergirl, then you go to the other. I'm looking like, what the hell? This is not connectable. This is all offshoots. And then people gonna say, well, he's doing his own version of Justice League. Well, it's trash to me. How you don't want to touch Aquaman because, they already did it. Which I got a video talk about Aquaman in a minute, but we're not gonna talk about that right now. But I'll talk about that a little bit later in another video, because there's a lot to say about that. There's a lot. And it's positive, too, for Aquaman, but bad on DC. I'll get to him. But, yeah, they just need to focus on 3 films. Sorry if that was my stomach. 3 films, and it should be all Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and they should be called the Legacies. The DC Trinity Legacies. And you focus on them. You have Batman, Superman lead up to World Finals, and you have Wonder Woman be like Captain America. She's the one that has the more center-focused films and the more badass films, and you just follow that role, and then you eventually, phase 2, you build up to the Justice League. That is a plan. That is a roadmap. The fuck he's doing is throwing darts at the wall, seeing if it stick, and it ain't nothing sticking. Because I can tell you right now, this is going to bomb. If Superman Legacy does not do well and it bombs, it's over. DC is done. It's a dead brain as it is. Take baby steps. James Gunn wasn't the right person to do this, because again, he's no different from Zack Snyder. And no knock to Zack, I love him. But you can't have a director map out everything. You need to have someone else oversee it who has a full vision. Somebody who's not directing. He's someone who can oversee. It's like, no, we want this to be connected. That's the thing. Kevin Feige is not directing, because once Kevin Feige gets his vision on there, it becomes a problem. And what I mean by it is, you can't have a director set a universe up where you need someone to oversee, because Kevin Feige was like, okay, yeah, that works, but I still need to connect it. And the directors will work in that confine of his connect tissue. James Gunn is James Gunn. The world he wants could be a world that may not fit Superman. And we've already got that with Man of Steel. And I thought Man of Steel was fine. But again, we all saw how that happened. And again, we look like we're having another Superman film. It's like, he got to be goofy. I'm like, bruh, just have a Superman film that tells a good story. It's not hard. Look at what Christopher Reeves did. Follow what Superman Returns did. Not all of it. I'm just talking about make it a personal Superman story. But the villain should be Brainiac, though, because Brainiac can match to Superman's abilities. And Metallo, too. That's what I'm saying. Have villains that match to his abilities. That's always been the problem with Superman. They haven't had the villains that match to his ability. Not another Kryptonian, but another villain. Like, Superman has these great rogue gallery, and nobody wants to use them. They're like, we got to go back to Kryptonians. No. Man of Steel works because it was modern to what Superman 2 did, and that's fine. But now we're a little bit more high tech. We got these technologies now. We could do a Brainiac. If Krypton, the TV show, could do it, then you motherfuckers can do it at Warner Brothers. Brainiac and Metallo. And I always said Metallo should be an offshoot of Brainiac, like counterpart, and they should have Metallo and Brainiac together. Brainiac is controlling Metallo, or Metallo works for Brainiac. Something like that in the line. Brainiac has always been a machine. I'm looking at Brainiac like he should be connected to Metallo should be always. I'm tongue-tied. Metallo should always be connected to Brainiac. That's what I thought. And I'm surprised no writer or no damn director or nobody has done that yet. But I could be wrong. They might have did the comics. I haven't read it. But anywho, that's my thoughts. I went long enough. So as always, like, subscribe. Peace. Have a Johnson day. You can read the article. There's a video in the article. You guys can check it out. But I'm out.